I was reading an article actually yesterday that said for a senior, whatever a senior is, we're not going to get into all that. It makes sense to rent rather than buy a home. And the article went on to talk about, when you do that, you have a predictable monthly spend. You don't have any major repairs because that's on the landlord. Um, heat and so forth, you can cover the cost, but you're not going to cover it for furnace goes. It was an interesting, different perspective. And it was specifically aimed at seniors. What are your thoughts, Brad?
I think you got to take every case individually, but I'm going to offer an alternative viewpoint on that particular subject. My concern with seniors is always that they're on a fixed income. And one of the variables is what rent will be. Over the last couple of years, we saw rents really spike when housing was limited. Now they're building more rental housing right now. You've got a demographic where baby boomers are aging. So they're trying to accommodate those. They're looking to downsize. Baby boomers are downsizing from their bigger homes to either smaller homes or to a rental situation. Okay, oftentimes. But my point is that when you've got this variable in there where you don't know what the rent's going to be, it can create a problem for seniors. Or if let's say somebody's in their 80s or 90s years old, and the seller, the landlord who owns the property decides they want to sell the property, and they want to deliver it without tenants, they have to leave. They have to pack up. That's hard for a senior. It's not easy for a senior to just jump around.
I see that a lot as I do an occasional rental representing the landlord, where someone comes in and says, listen, I've been in this building for 10 years, but they've sold the building. I've got to find a place to move.
It's very difficult, Gary. And the other thing is there's other options out there now where somebody doesn't have to tie up all their equity. If they're selling their house, they can take a portion of that equity, and depending on their age, they can get what's called a reverse mortgage often, which basically has no monthly obligated payment that the senior has to make. It basically accrues upon itself. And they're able to preserve some of that equity for lifestyle and for living and such like that. And that still guarantees them a place to live, which is really, I think, it's financially important as well as it's emotionally important.